Chosen by God, tempted by flesh. Why lust lingers in old age. What if your soul isn't failing you, but calling you to face a test you never expected? It comes quietly, doesn't it? Like a whisper between the cracks of a long, faithful life. You've built your legacy, held grandbabies in your arms, wept at funerals, and stood tall through storms. And yet, behind the stillness, something stirs, a flicker of desire, a memory that won't rest, a touch you still long for, though you tell no one. Have you ever sat in the hush of night and felt the ache, not just for company, but for connection, for touch, for the feeling of being desired, even now, even here? That isn't shame. That's your soul speaking. And if this message stirs something in you, stay. This might be the message you didn't know you were waiting for, because aging doesn't mean the battle is over. It means the battlefield has shifted. Let me walk with you through this sacred paradox. You are not alone, you are not broken, and most of all, you are still deeply chosen. Let me introduce you to someone who might feel a lot like you. James is 72, retired pastor, 3 grandkids, 5 years a widower, morning devotionals, evening meals alone, and silence so thick at night you could slice it with a prayer. But as the lights go out and the scripture is closed, a different scripture is written across his heart: desire, longing, aging lust. He feels the guilt creep in. Why is this still with me? Haven't I done enough, fought enough, prayed enough? He has. And still it lingers, because the flesh doesn't retire, the soul doesn't forget. James is not alone. Neither are you. In every wrinkle there is a story. In every heartbeat, a reminder. You are still human. And humans, dear ones, still feel. You may think your desires have betrayed your faith. But what if they are part of it? This is not about weakness. This is about honesty. About navigating the sacred path with all of yourself, body and soul. We don't talk about this in church. We don't confess it in small groups. But the spiritual warfare of later years is very real. The body remembers, the heart remembers, the spirit aches. What we call temptation sometimes is just a longing for what we were made to need: connection, intimacy, touch, and yes, even passion. The problem is not the feeling. The problem is the silence around it. Silence shames what God never condemned. Desire doesn't make you less faithful. It makes you fully alive. Sarah is 68, white-haired, gentle-eyed, and always at the church potluck. She once pulled me aside, whispered like it was a secret crime. Sometimes I still dream of his touch, of being held, of feeling beautiful again, and I cry because no one tells you it's okay to still want that. She is not weak. She is not sinful. She is sacred. This aching, flickering, sacred flame is not a defect. It is a sign that you are still walking your sacred journey, still living, still open to beauty, still capable of love. Don't confuse aging with emptiness. There is still holy fire beneath the ash. Research shows that dopamine and oxytocin, those magical chemicals of connection and bonding, and bonding, still move within the aging brain. Desire may shift form, but it never disappears. So why do we pretend it should? Why do we expect the chosen ones, the elders, the faithful, to stop needing what God created within them? Faith does not cancel biology. It refines it, dignifies it. And that longing, it's not just about the body. It's a mirror of your divine design. It reflects your capacity for connection, for warmth, for meaning. The elder soul doesn't shrink, it sharpens. The desire you feel is a call to stay alive, not to feel ashamed. You are not being punished, you are being refined. Paul called it the thorn in the flesh. But he never said it made him unholy. He said it made him dependent on grace. Lust lingers not because you are unrighteous. because you are still here. Your flesh is not your enemy. It is your classroom. The lesson isn't to erase your desires. It is to understand them, to bring them into the light, to let them teach you. It's time to stop hiding. You have carried this battle in silence for too long. God has not abandoned you to desire. He walks with you through it, not with judgment, but with holy empathy. You are still chosen, still sacred, still called. And if you carry this cross, it is not because you are cursed. It is because you are strong enough to bear it with grace. Desire in later life is not a betrayal of faith. It is a confirmation of life. When you feel that longing, don't run from it. Ask it what it wants to teach you. Is it about loneliness? Is it about grief? Or is it a reminder that your capacity to feel has not gone numb? That's powerful. That's holy. That's yours. You are not too old for passion. You are not too old for connection. You are not too old for hope. So what now? Start the conversation with yourself, with your trusted circle, with God. Break the silence. Normalize the truth. You were chosen not to be perfect, but to be present. Present with all your feelings, all your aches, all your humanity. And in that presence, you will find purpose. Let the fire of your soul light the path for those coming behind you. Show them aging doesn't mean silence, it means depth. If you're still here, still reading, still with me, this is no accident. You are ready. You are ready to embrace your sacred journey, even when it includes desire. You are ready to see aging not as decline, but as refinement. You are ready to stand in your divine light, flesh and spirit, and say, I am still chosen and I still feel, and I will not be ashamed. Lust lingers not because you're failing, but because you're still alive. Let it be your teacher, not your tyrant. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I truly encourage you to do so. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue creating meaningful content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's keep going. Let me tell you about Henry and Louise. Married 52 years. They still sit beside each other on their front porch every evening, hands occasionally brushing, memories flickering in their eyes. But last fall, Henry told me something he hadn't dared to say out loud, not even to Louise. I still get tempted, he whispered, eyes lowered. Not by anyone in particular, but by thoughts, memories, feelings I thought I'd outgrow. And just like that, the room quieted. Because Henry wasn't alone. We were never promised an easy road in old age. We were promised wisdom, not immunity. Spiritual struggle doesn't vanish with wrinkles. It deepens, especially when the passions of the flesh linger long after the body has slowed. This is not shameful. This is human. Temptation in old age isn't about weakness. It's about being alive. Lust isn't always wild. It's often quiet, sneaky. It comes in loneliness, in late-night memories, in touch that hasn't been felt in a long, long time. And it leads many faithful elders to ask, why now, after all these years? Because you are still chosen. And what is chosen is often tested. Every spiritual warrior must one day face their fiercest temptations in the silence of aging. Let's speak truthfully, my friend. Aging doesn't kill desire. It sharpens it. Like light through stained glass, your passions reflect deeper things. Longing for connection, affirmation, belonging. Senior lust isn't sin incarnate. It's the soul whispering for warmth, for memory, for meaning. But if left unchecked, that whisper becomes noise, drowning out our divine focus. And so we struggle, not because we've lost faith, but because we still have it. And faith, real faith, fights. Desire doesn't disappear with age. It evolves, and so must our wisdom in managing it. When you were younger, temptation wore lipstick and perfume. Now it wears nostalgia and silence. This is the holy temptation of the aging faithful, to think the battle is over. But the battlefield has just moved inward. Spiritual warfare in elder years is quiet, but fierce. It's not waged in grand sins, but in subtle compromises, in the scrolling, the daydreaming, the just this once. You, my dear friend, are still on your sacred journey, still in the ring, and that means your fight still matters. The chosen are not spared from struggle, they are strengthened by it. Faith temptation, why the enemy knocks louder at twilight. Have you ever wondered why these feelings come stronger when life gets slower? When the house gets quiet, when the days grow long? Because the enemy is clever. He doesn't need noise to distract you. Sometimes he uses the silence. He whispers, "You're not desired anymore. You're forgotten. You're alone." But he's wrong. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. And you are still deeply, divinely desired by a God who never tires of your company. When desire grows, it doesn't mean God has left. It means he's calling you deeper. Sacred wisdom, a new kind of intimacy. Let's talk about something beautiful, elder passion. Yes, I said it. There's a beauty in senior spirituality that the young simply cannot understand because it has been weathered, forged, refined. And in that, you're longing for touch, for closeness, for tenderness. It's not vulgar. It's holy. It simply needs new direction, new purpose. That's why sacred routine matters. Begin your day in scripture. Take a walk with prayer. Write letters of encouragement. Let your soul sweat for God and watch your temptations melt in his light. You can't always control desire, but you can direct it toward purpose, toward service, toward light. Elder guidance. The role of community in quiet struggles. Henry joined a senior men's Bible group after our talk. First week, he just listened. Second week, he wept. He wasn't alone, and neither are you. We need each other in these quiet years. We need safe spaces where aging faith can breathe, confess, recover. Find your group or build one, even if it starts with just you and one other soul. Temptation thrives in isolation, but it weakens in connection. The divine mission, reclaiming purpose to quiet the flesh. Here's something few talk about. When purpose fades, temptation grows. But your mission is not over. No, in fact, your elder wisdom makes you more powerful now than ever. Mentor a young couple. Start that memoir. Pray publicly. Serve silently. Your hands may tremble, but your purpose doesn't have to. Purpose is the balm of the restless spirit. When you serve, you silence the flesh. Inner peace, the gift of forgiveness to yourself. Forgive yourself. Again and again and again. You are not failing. You are still fighting. Every intrusive thought you reject is a victory. Every prayer you whisper is a battle cry. God sees it. Even when you don't, you are not behind. You are becoming. And every moment of resistance is a sacred step forward. Spiritual discipline, repetition builds resilience. Repetition is holy. It trains the soul like a gardener tending a vine. Morning prayer, midday breath, evening gratitude. These aren't routines. They are reinforcements, fortresses against the whispers, anchors for the aging soul. Habits are not weakness. They are weapons, and spiritual discipline builds spiritual clarity. Sacred clarity, the blessing of honest living. This isn't about shame. This is about light. Name the temptation. Say it out loud, in prayer, in group, in journal. Secrets grow in darkness, but clarity comes in light. You don't need to fix it overnight. You just need to face it. Truth doesn't shame. It sets free. Every honest word is a key unlocking peace. Dear friend, the fact that you're still tempted means you're still sacred. God has not abandoned you. He's sharpening you. You're not at the end. You're in the middle, the sacred middle, where grace meets grit. You're still chosen. You're still becoming. And that makes this the holiest fight of your life. You are not disqualified by struggle. You are defined by how faithfully you walk through it. Tonight, if the past aches, if the silence is too loud, if the body remembers what the soul tries to forget, pause, breathe. You're not broken. You're not ashamed. You're not forgotten. You're still chosen. And there is a whole community of us still becoming with you. So stay strong, stay real, stay open, and come back for the next sacred chapter. You're not done, not even close. If you find this video useful, don't forget to like and share its value with your friends and family so that more people can benefit from these helpful insights. We greatly appreciate your feedback and support, which motivate us to grow the channel and share more valuable knowledge. Thank you for being part of the Golden Horizon 74 community.